Welcome you all for the course Economic Analysis. I am Dr. Dinesh, Assistant Professor, School of Management, Shastra deemed to be University, Tanjavur. Today I am going to handle a topic on Introduction to Inflation. Welcome you all for the course Managerial Economics. I am Dr. Dinesh, Assistant Professor, School of Management, Shastra deemed to be University, Tanjavur. Today I am going to handle a topic on Introduction to Inflation. So in this session I am going to cover the basic concept of inflation, the types of inflation and the measurement of inflation, and the tools to control over the inflation in Indian economy. So the base thing you need to understand the concept of inflation. The inflation is we are going to pay the huge amount of money for purchasing of too few goods from the market. So that the concept we call it as a inflation. How the inflation is measured? The inflation is measured based on the general rise in price level compared to the standard level. So we have some set of standard. Based on the standards we are going to measure the actual deviation or actual changes in the price level of the products in the market. We are not going to take a few products from the market. There are a set of products, there are a set of groups we are going to take. Based on that we are going to measure how those products or general rise in price level, how it was there in the particular economy. Based on that we are going to measure, we are going to calculate the concept of inflation. There are a different perspective we are calculating the inflation. It is from the point of view of consumer. It is based on the purchasing price we are calculating. We call it as consumer price index. Or else we are going to calculate from the point of view of manufacturer, or as a wholesale price we are going to calculate. It is a set of concept, we call it as wholesale price index for evaluating the inflation. Likewise, we are going to measure and going to control over the inflation. It is out of the topic you need to understand this. And one more thing you need to understand from the concept of inflation. It is not only because of the reason of general rise in price level. The general rise in price level may be induced by the number of factors. The factors like there is the high purchasing power among the consumers. It happens due to the more number of money circulation in the market. There are a product which is not available locally. We are going to importing the product from the foreign country. That the reason we are going to sell the product in higher price. So there is a deficiency in the manufacturing sector for manufacturing of goods, or in the agricultural sector. So that's the reason we are not able to depend on the Indian manufacturers. Instead of that we are going to importing the product from the foreign country. There might be the deficiency for the products, or it's like there is the hike in wages and salary to the people. Also the reason the money circulation is more, they are going to buy more number of products. So the price of the product is going to increase in the market, or necessity of the products are going to increase in the market. Likewise, there are a number of reasons behind that for the concept of inflation or rise in the price level in the market. So this price level we are going to compare with the standard level or base price level. So we will be taken the price for the calculation. Based on that we are going to measure the deviation. So that the deviation we call it as a inflation. Let me take for example, if there are 4 essential products that I am going to buy the product, set of products I am going to buy it on 2019, it was costed around 100 rupees. In 2020, the same 4 products which are all available in the market together, the products are available in the market for 120 rupees. So in the previous year it was 100 rupee, currently it was in 120 rupee. What I can say, the 20 rupee is a deviation. The 20 rupees I am going to pay additionally for purchasing of the set of goods in the market. So this particular concept, or what we can take in terms of the percentage, it was 20 percentage the prevailing inflation based on this example. So likewise we are going to take a number of products. It is like around the 900 plus products we are going to take for the calculation of inflation. So those set of products are manufactured in the urban area. Those set of products are manufactured in the rural area. Likewise, together the products we are taking or from the primary articles, industrial goods, agricultural goods. Likewise, we are classifying, and those goods are to be taken for the calculation of inflation. So the inflation is not only calculated for few of the goods, it is taken from the number of goods. Those goods are representing the basic things, or these are the goods or necessity to the human life. So those goods are selected, those services are selected for the purpose of calculating the inflation. So likewise, if I am going to calculate the price on the basis of purchasing price or on the basis of purchaser, if I am going to calculating, so that set of calculation, that set of the measuring inflation comes under the category of consumer price index. Or if I am going to calculate from the point of view of manufacturer or from the point of view of wholesaler, so that set of concept which the measurement of inflation is based on the wholesale price index. So likewise, based on the intensity of inflation, so like what I had purchased the 4 set of products in 2019, it was 100 rupee. For today it was 120 rupee. So the intensity is 20 percentage we can take, but based on the changes in the price level which is compared on the periodical basis, so it will be calculated in the different aspects. Whether the intensity of inflation we may talk about, it is walking inflation or running inflation, creeping inflation, galloping inflation. Likewise, we may classify or hyper intensity inflations. Likewise, we may classify the inflation based on its tendency or based on its prevailing rate we may calculate. So the inflation is also why we are much concentrate on the inflation, why we need to control over the inflation. Inflation is a measure. We can be able to understand what price the consumer or what price the population in the country is going to buy the product in the market. What would be their purchasing power in the market? How the inflation, if there are the drastic changes in the rate of inflation, upward trend in inflation is going to affect the economy or affect the economic activities. So in that kind of situation, what are the things need to be done by the government, or what are the policy measures are to be taken by the government is also the important aspect you need to understand. It is like they have a policies like the fiscal policies and the monetary policies are used by the government in order to regulate, in order to make changes in the inflation. So wherever there are a kind of inflation is high in the market, so the government is going to make the changes. RBI is announcing or making changes in its credit policy. Why? Because the credit or the currency circulation is more in the market. Also the reason it is going to reduce the value of currency in the international market. So the RBI or the government is going to regulate, regulate the control over the inflation, or the money circulation should be regulated properly. So that's the reason they are going to concentrate, they are going to revise the credit policy in order to control over the inflation in the market. So likewise, these are the important things we are going to see in this particular session. So the concept of inflation, that I'll start with this introduction. Inflation, it is defined as sustained increase in the price level or a fall in the value of money. We can take in these two terminologies. We can say the overall price level in the market which is increased, which is we can have a basket or basket of the products are to be taken, basket of products as well as the services are to be taken for the calculation of inflation. So how the inflation is tend to change, or those prices in the particular basket or tend to change, accordingly we may measure the changes in the inflation. So that one particular point we need to understand, the changes or the price level, increase in the price level, we call it as a inflation. Or else you need to understand the fall in the money value in the international market. There is an exchange rate. You need to understand wherever we are going for high number of import, we are going to pay the money or the currency is outflowing in the market. So what may happen in the international market, whenever the country is going for the huge number of import or involving with the activity of importing, the currency value will be reduced in the international market. So whenever the country is going to involving with the concept or involving with the exporting activities or boosting up the exporting activities in the market, so the inflow of foreign currencies are happen, their rupee value will be strengthened in the international market. Their currency value will be strengthened in the international market. So that one particular parameter we need to understand, the concept of inflation, which is based on the fall in the value of currency. Also the reason, also the impact of inflation. We can say it as a inflation. A broad sense, inflation states in which the prices of the goods or services rise on the one hand and the value of the money falls in the another hand. So that is one important aspect you need to understand. So wherever there is the changes in the price level, that also going to reduce, that also going to make changes in the price level in the market. The price level is also reducing the currency value in the market. So let's take for the same example. In the 2019, I am going to buy a set of products for the value of 100 rupee. Today I am going to pay for 120 rupees. Okay. So what happens? What would be the value of my currency? So the currency value, what happens in the international market, or what happens? Actually, a 100 rupee, a value of 100 rupee is not, the real value is not equivalent to 100 rupee. So the 100 rupee product I am going to buy for 120 rupee. So it means your 100 rupee is real value of 80 rupee or 80.4 rupee is what the real value of your money in the market. So what happens to my money or what happens to my currency? My currency value is depreciating in the market. Why the currency is depreciating in the market? Because of the product what manufactured by the country is not enough for the people who live in the particular country. So the industry may not be, cannot have the capability for manufacturing the goods. It is in one hand. The another hand, the organization or the industries are mainly involving for exporting of goods for their privileges. Might be the reason in the domestic market the goods are available in the higher prices or the services are available in the higher prices. We need to pay the higher price for purchasing of the product. That is what the reason. In 2019 I am going to buy the product by paying 100 rupee. In 2020 I am going to pay 120 rupee. It means what happens, my 100 rupee value, real value is not 100 rupee. You can take your currency note, the 100 rupee, what it is printed in that the particular currency, it is only the nominal value. But what is the real value? The real value is calculated on the basis of its purchasing power. So it is not worth for 100 rupee, it is only worth for 80 rupees. So that is what we call it as inflation. So hope you understand. In this, there is a general rise in price level. If the rise in price level is going to reduce the currency value in the market. So that the concept we call it as a inflation. Then when the level of currency of a country is exceeding the level of production, inflation occurs. So it is a very simple thing. If you have the income of 1000 rupee, with the income you are going to buy the product. So normally what you are going to buy the product for a day, if you take for a day your level of income, or if you are doing a business, with the business income you are receiving 1000 rupee per day. For the 1000 rupee you are spending, or you are purchasing the goods for your basic requirement. For 800 rupees you are purchasing. 200 rupee kept for the future purpose, it might be your disposable income. So in this, what may happen, if your business income is going to increase it into 2000, increase it into 4000, increase it into 5000, you tend to buy more number of products. Or sometimes what may happen, you are buying the product which is not going to satisfy your needs, sometime may happen. So similar way in the currency, in the country, if the country may have the huge amount of currency, or the huge circulation of money is there in the particular country, what may happen, it is not equal to the value of production, the level of production in the particular country, the inflation may happen. It means the people tend to buy more product in the particular country. So what may happen, the prices are going to increase, the bottom of the people or bottom of the pyramid, the people are not able to buy the product in the market. That may happen. So the kind of situation we may call it as an inflation. And the value of money depreciating with the occurrence of inflation. So the inflation happens, inflation is controlling, it is under the control, or it is continuing over the period of time. It is going to depreciating the value of currency over the period of time. That is what the reason in the previous example, the 100 rupee is not really the value of currency is not 100 rupee, it is around 80 rupees with the example. So based on that we need to calculate. See, say for example, instead of 100 rupee I am going to pay 150 rupees. Or instead of 100 rupee, I am going to pay 200 rupee for purchasing the product. It means the 100 rupee is really worth for 50 rupees alone. The nominal value of currency is 100 rupee, the real value of currency is 50 rupees based on the purchasing power. So likewise, what we are going to calculate, inflation is a measure to control over, inflation is a measure to understand the economy, understand the growth of economy in the country. And there are definitions of inflation. So the first definition of Grother's definition, inflation states in which the value of money is falling and the prices are rising. So the same thing, whenever there is the value of money which is depreciating in the market, depreciating, and the prices are rising, prices of the basic commodities which are rising in the market, rising in the economy, which we call it as inflation, according to the Grother's definition. The second one, definitions of Mayer, an increase in the price that occurs after the full employment has been occurred. So this is a valid thing, you need to understand the Mayer's definition, an increase in the price that occurs after the full employment has been attained. So what we assume that every people in the particular economy is working, every people in the particular economy is generating the income on their own, which we consider as a full employment. Whoever living in the particular country can have some sort of income, can generate some sort of income in the particular country. So that the concept, that the assumption what we have taken as full employment. So there is a full employment, every people is working or every people is generating the income. So the income generation is more in the particular country. So that also become inflation, that also become a reason for inflation. Why? Because they have enough money, more money is available with the people can spend more, the prices are increasing in the market is more. In that the particular country may happen. So this situation is also, we call it as a inflation. The third definition of Colburn definition, it is the inflation, too much money chases for too few goods. We are going to pay the huge value of money for purchasing of too few goods from the market. Earlier I had spent 100 rupee for purchasing of 4 products. Today I am going to spend 120 rupee for purchasing of a 4 products. It means I am going to pay higher value of money for purchasing of too few goods from the market. So it is a definition of inflation. And in economics, the word of inflation, it refers to the general rise in price measured against the standard purchasing power. So what is the standard purchasing power or base purchasing power? Based on that it will be calculated, based on that it will be measured. So average, in an average, what people would like to buy the product from the market, and now how much they need to pay, what would be the difference of the purchasing power, or what would be the difference of amount to be paid by the consumer for purchasing of a product from the market. So accordingly what we are going to understand the concept of inflation. Causes of inflation. In this you need to know about the reasons for inflation. The reasons are like population explosion, political instability, imported goods, increase in wages and salaries, climatic factors, oil prices, corruption, slow in agricultural development, slow in industrial development, or as a major reasons for inflation. The first one, like population explosion, how it affects the inflation. There are the drastic growth in population happens in one particular country. There will be the direct proportion to the inflation. Inflation is also high in the particular country. How? You take one particular example. If a particular country is able to manufacture, able to provide 100 units of a product, each people need of 1 unit. If in the particular country may have 50 as their population, then it is not an issue for the particular country. For the people who live in the country, they may get one product easily. If there is 75, no issues, they might get the product easily. If it is 100, no issues, they might get the product easily. If it is 101 or 110 or it is 200, there might be the probability, there may be a problem arising here. There is a huge amount of the population in the particular country, but what is the productive capacity of the particular country, or whatever the productive capacity of the agricultural goods or the industrial goods is not enough to meet out the needs of the people, the inflation happens. How the inflation happens? People who have the enough sources, people who have enough money, they are going to buy the product. Automatically the people are not able to, other set of people are not able to buy the product. If the product is available for 10 rupee, the people are ready to pay 15 rupee, 20 rupee even for purchasing of a product in the market. So the prices or increase in the market will be the reason for inflation. So the population explosion is also the reason for the inflation prevailing in the country. Then the second one, political instability. If the policies are not framed properly, or there are a kind of problems happens in that the particular country due to the instability of political situations. Also the reason the foreign investments wants to get away from the market. The people are not showing interest for exporting of goods. So the kind of problems may happen. Also the reason for inflation. And imported goods, if the industrial sector or the agricultural sector in the particular country is not able to manufacture the goods as required to the domestic needs, then we are going to importing of goods from the foreign country. So what happens the situation, we are going to pay or our currency is outflowing from the market will the reason for inflation. Increase in salaries and wages due to the higher standard living. There are the number of the companies, IT sectors or IT enabled sectors, they are paying the high salary to their employees. Likewise, the kind of things the people are getting the higher salary or higher wages tend to buy more product from the market. Purchasing power is increased from the market. For purchasing of a goods from the market, if it is increasing, the demand is increasing, the factor of demand is increasing in the market. So it tend to make changes in its price. The prices of the products are also going to increase in the market. The inflation occurs. Like the climatic factors, the kind of winter season, the product, it is like a seasonal product, the products are not available in the market. If it is like agricultural product, then the product ought to be sold in the market for higher price because of the kind of huge demand is prevailing in the market. So likewise, the kind of reasons in which the majority of the agricultural products are selling at the higher rate due to the climatic factors, the farmers are not able to produce those goods. So that will be the reason. And the oil prices, if there is the oil prices are increasing in the international market where we are purchasing. So we are, as a country, they are going to pay the huge amount of money for purchasing of oil to their domestic needs. If the prices are increasing, it is going to affect all the sectors of economy. So all the sectors of economy will be affected by the oil prices. Either directly or indirectly they may be affected because the goods what have been manufactured by the particular company to be sold all over the country, to be sold all over the world, they are going to selling the product. So the fuel cost is going to be increased automatically, the price of the product is going to be increased in the international market. Automatically is going to create a kind of inflation. It is not happens for one particular product, it is happens across the industry. Across the different industry is going to be affected by the oil prices. So they tend to change or they tend to make changes in its oil prices. So the oil prices are making changes in the product prices. So the product price is increasing for all the commodities or a set of commodities are also going to increase the inflation. So inflation is generally as a measure. So it's an indicator. So the indicator also indicates there is a huge deviation. There is a changes in the price level. We call it as a inflation. The corruption, money laundering and other things are also what we can take here as corruption. Dumping of money, the unaccountable money are going to be more circulated in the economy is going to increase the inflation. And slow in agricultural development, if there is no the domestic requirements are not to be fulfilled by the agricultural sector or the companies for manufacturing the agricultural products, then we are going to importing, automatically the prices are going to be increased. If all the prices of the commodities are increasing in the market, it is an indicator we can say the inflation is also going to increase. Similar way, the manufacturing sector, slow in manufacturing sector. Also the reason, these are the major reasons for inflation. The next topic, the effects of inflation. So the causes, we know what are the reasons for inflation, what would be its effect in the market. So how, what are the things are going to change or what are the effects of inflation in the market. The first one is unemployment, an increase in the general level of prices, decrease in the purchasing power of the currency. High or unpredictable inflation rates are regarded as harmful to an overall economy is also happens and make it difficult for companies to budget or plan for the long term, affects the balance of trade, negative impact to the trade from increased stability in currency exchange prices caused by unpredictable inflation. So these are the effects of inflation. The first one, unemployment may happen. So that is the reason for increase in price level. So it's like the oil prices are increased, I am also going to make changes in my prices. My products are also available in the market for higher prices. But sometimes it may not possible for the companies to frequently change its prices in the market. But they want to change, or they want to reduce the cost in their organization. Primarily what they are going to do, they are going to downsizing their organization. For that, the reason the people are lose their jobs in the organization, the unemployment may created. So the full employment is going to be unemployment or underemployment happens in the market. So the first effect of inflation. The second one, an increase in general price level, or else they might change the price level. They are fixing the high price for the particular product which was previously available in the lower price in the market. And the third one, decrease in the purchasing power of the currency. So the 100 rupee what I had paid on 2019 for purchasing of a product, for a similar product I am going to buy it on 2020 for 120 rupee. About the currency value has depreciated, as the 100 rupee value of currency is the value of 80 rupees or 80.4 rupees in the market. What we call it as the depreciation, or the value of money is depreciated in the market because the currency may not have the proper purchasing value in the market. So that we call it as purchasing power of currency is low, and high or unpredictable inflations are recorded as the harmful to the overall economy, overall growth of the economy. We may not have the real GDP is also low. What would be the gross domestic product? It means the total value of goods and services produced in a particular country is also recorded, is also realized value is also low while we are calculating the real GDP. The kind of things, it is not only affecting the particular sector, not only affecting the particular group of people, it may affect the overall economy. It may affect all the sectors of the economy, the inflation. Make it difficult for companies to budget, plan for long terms. So that also the reason the companies may not be able to plan for its future. Like what we can take an example, what it is going on in our Indian economy also during this COVID period. Start from the March onwards, that the inflation was around 6.2%. It was increased to 6.49%, 6.74%, 6.82%. And previously we take in the month of November, it was 6.3 or 7.3%. What it was there in the market. Why the kind of changes may happen during this period? There is a slow in industrial productivity. Agricultural productivity is also low in this particular period. There are a kind of the more number of the lockdowns, the restrictions to the people who work in a particular industry. Also the reason the low productivity may happen in the industrial sector, low productivity may happen in the agricultural sector. So the kind of things are making difficult, the kind of things are making changes in the price value in the market. So the companies may not be able to plan for its future for the next year, or for long term they may not be able to plan according to this particular situation. Affect the balance of trade. Why? Because we are going for not only we are going to exporting, also importing. So the overall balance we may occur, it may going to affect the exchange rates also for the particular country in the international market. So we want to make optimum trade wherever we are going to exporting, or wherever we are going for importing, we consider as also the exporting of goods. So the country may not only involving for purely exporting or purely importing, optimally they involve with that particular process, they wants to balance their trade. So that also being affected. They are more towards purchasing of a product from the foreign country. Because they are not able to manufacture the products in India or in the particular country. So they are frequently importing the product. Also the reason also may happen affects the balance of trade. In the balance of trade, the deficit may happen if the imports are more in the particular country. And the negative impact to the trade from an increased instability in the currency exchange prices caused by the unpredictable inflations in the country. So the more outflows are happen in the particular country. Also the low industrial productivity, they are not able to survive. The country may not be able to plan for its future, country may not be able to budget, country may not be able to focus on the long term. So that the particular thing, the currency value of the particular country will be the low in international market also. May happen, these are the major effects of inflation to the economy. The next one, remedies to control inflation. What are the remedial steps to be taken by the government, taken by the economy to control over the inflation in the market? The first one, it is increase the supply of essential item, tight the monetary policy, reduce the government expenditure, reduce the public borrowing by government, control deficit financing, provision of subsidies, explore new energy resources as like solar energy, wind energy, and construction of new dams, like population control, or the major remedies to control over the inflation in the country. So the first one, increase the supply of essential items. What are the essential items which required for the particular country ought to be boosted or to be encouraged by the government for manufacturing in the country itself. If they are going to buy the essential commodities from the foreign nations, it is going to affect their economy. Why? Because the essential goods or essential services which required in huge value of numbers or huge numbers it is required. So if it is being manufactured in the particular country itself, it is going to be the measure for controlling inflation. For example, that the reason only the government of India has bring up the kind of the schemes like Make in India, Made in India, Digital India, the kind of concept or bring together to produce the product, whatever the product are required, the product should be manufactured in India itself. If the products are manufactured, then we are not going for importing of those goods from the foreign nations. For that, the government is providing the subsidy for manufacturing of goods. So will be the solution where we can be able to manufacture the goods as required for the domestic needs. So the first remedy, that need to supply the essential goods and tighten the monetary policy. The monetary policy is going to be the measure, is going to be control over the currency circulation in the country, is going to be the solution, it is going to control over the currency value in the international market. It is formulating the credit policy of the government. It is normally the monetary policy will be controlled over by the central bank of the country. Reserve Bank has control over the entire monetary policy. There should be a tightened monetary policy is needed. There should be the kind of the monetary policy which should cope up to control over the circulation of money in the particular country. So that should be the reason they are going to increase hiking that the policy rates in the particular country. It is going to increase, or it is going to tighten the loan process. It is going to tighten the credit process in the banks and financial institutions. So if the loans are not frequently available, not easily available, or there should be a requirement for getting loan, it is going to be reducing for getting loans from the banks and financial institution, also the reason. So it is one thing you need to take from the subprime mortgage crisis, what was happened in United States during that particular period of time. The banks and financial institutions are more liberal for sanctioning of mortgage loans, or the loans are provided for purchasing of new houses also. So the people are purchasing, there is a liberal policy of that the financial institutions, the more people are purchasing. At last what happens, the banks and financial institutions are forcing the people to make the payment, interest and installment. People are not having the sources for making payment. They are selling the property and making payment to the bank. So if the properties are to be frequently sold in the particular market, the value of the properties comes down. There are more bankrupts that happens in that the particular country. So what happened, the kind of crisis may happen, we call it a subprime mortgage crisis. So the too much of money circulation is also be a problem to the country. So we need to tighten the monetary policy, also the remedies for control over the inflation in the country, reduce the government expenditure, wherever the government is spending for the welfare measure, apart from the essential things, they need to control over the expenditure of the government. If the government expenditure are also going to be reduced, it is also going to be the reason, it is also going to be the thing that the inflation is also comes under the control. The government spending is more, the people are going to get the product frequently, or the government is going to use or creating a demand for the particular product. Automatically the price of the products are increasing in the market. So the inflation may happen at this particular situation. And reduce the public borrowing by the government. Government should reduce the public borrowing, like wherever there is a requirement of the government to fulfill their obligations, they are also issuing bonds, they are raising funds from the market. So if it is also going to be reduced in the market, also the remedies, we are going to control over the inflation, control the deficit financing, refinancing also to be reduced, thereby the inflations are under the control of government. And the provisions for subsidies to be provided for the companies to manufacture the goods and services also to be monitored, whatever the essential commodities are to be manufactured. So the things are to be provided in order to reduce the inflation in the market. Explore new energy resources like the solar energy, wind energy, construction of new dams. That is, the welfare measures are to be provided in order to use, in order to procure, in order to generate the income as well as save the resources. Also the reason the inflations are under the control of the government. Population control. Majority of the things that the inflation may happen due to the population, if the population are under the control of government. Measures to control inflation. So you all aware what is inflation. Inflation may happen due to circulation of money into the economy. Into the price level, there is the high level of prices for the product, which leads to the inflation. And there are measures are identified by the government in order to regulate, in order to control over the inflation. So these measures are to be classified into three major categories. One is monetary measures, fiscal measures, and other direct measures. So these measures are going to see in this particular session. So what is monetary measures? So in order to regulate or control over the money circulation in the country, the monetary policy is to be introduced, is to be controlled over by the Central Bank of the country. So here Reserve Bank of India is taking charge of formulating the monetary policy and control over the entire monetary aspects in India. So there are regulations related to the credit policy are also formulated by the Reserve Bank in order to control over the inflation. So the monetary policy, it is the monetary authority of the control who control over the supply of money. So how much money should be in flotation or how much the money should be in circulation will be decided by the country. The competent authority of the country will be deciding this, and based on that only the purchasing power and the price levels are to be determined, and often targeting a rate of interest for the purpose of promoting the economic growth and stability. So that is also the important aspect to note, the interest rate for the various categories, interest rate for the deposits, interest rates for the loans. It is like a bank rate, we are going to find it out in order to control over the economic growth and stability. So whenever there is the inflation, the government has taken a measure to control over the inflation by the monetary policy, by the credit policy. They are making changes in the repo rate, they are making changes in the repo rate, reverse repo rate, likewise. So whenever they are doing this, is going to control over the money circulation in the country. It is like they are hiking the CRR, cash reserve ratio. So the cash reserve ratio, if they are increasing, there should be a policies taken by the government in order to tightening the circulation of money into the country. So likewise, the number of measures are to be taken in order to control over the money circulation in the country, in order which is ensured for the growth of economy as well as for the stability which happens in the economy. And the official goals usually includes relatively stable prices and lower the unemployment. So it should be the possible thing they want to reduce the rate of unemployment. Thereby there are schemes are also being given to the people for starting up of their enterprises likewise. And the monetary policy is adopted by the Central Bank of country. So in India you can take Reserve Bank of India is control over the entire monetary policy, fixation of various rates like repo rate, reverse repo rate, marginal standing facility. Everything will be finalized by the Reserve Bank. And most of the central banks are using the high interest rates as traditional way to fight to prevent the inflation. So that is also the important aspect you note here. In this, there are the high interest rates are to be used for the purpose regulating the loans. If like they are lowering the interest rate, more people wants to get the loan from the bank, it might increase the money circulation in the country. So what they wants to reduce the money circulation in the country in order to regulate, in order to increase the interest rate for the various loans, various the advances also they wants to increase the interest rate. So the people not want to get the money from the bank or not wants to apply for the loan because of the interest rate is high. So likewise, the kind of things they wants to regulate, they want to control over the money circulation in the country. Decrease the money supply. They are not going for printing of new currency notes. They are going to reduce to print of new currency notes like that. Decrease availability of credit from the bank. They are making the more regulation to the bank for the purpose it is going to reduce the availability of credit to the people. They want to make the process, they want to include some other process like what we have at present, the kind of CIBIL scores. Based on that the loans are to be sanctioned to the people. Likewise, the kind of the predictors are to be used in order to sanction the loan. And decrease the currency control. It is going to control over the mechanism, going to reduce the currency control. It is fluctuations are to be controlled, and decrease the availability of credit from the bank. Also, the major reasons are taken under the monetary policy. And the fiscal measures will be taken under the fiscal policy is deliberately change either the government spending or the taxes to stimulate or slow down the economic process. For that the particular purpose we are using fiscal policy. So the fiscal policies are primarily dealing with the increase in direct taxes, increase in indirect taxes, reduce the government spending, increase the savings, surplus budgets, or the prime parameters are included in this fiscal policy. So in this fiscal policy, primarily dealing with the purpose of collecting the taxes, the direct taxes as well as for the indirect taxes, and they are fixing the slab rate. For that the purpose, the people are going to pay the tax if they are above the particular slab. And like the indirect taxes, like the GST, what we have, we are going to use this, and they reduce the government spending. Unnecessary spending of the government is also going to be reduced. Do you think it is going to increase or going to save the money for the government, going to increase the sources for the government and increase the savings? The savings are also increased. In that they are introducing a number of schemes like RBI saving bonds. Likewise, it's going to be issued in order to control over the money circulation in the country. So the people, if the interest rate for those bonds are high, the people are definitely wants to make investment on those bonds. And the planning for the surplus budget, what are the spending are also going to be reduced. So they are planning for the surplus budget. It means their income what received from the tax sources and other sources will be high compared to their expenses pattern. So these are the things are to be taken under the fiscal measures. And other direct measures are also taken. The other direct measures are like, it means step of the government like rationing of the goods and freezing of the prices for and wages. The government can also increase the voluntary savings of the people by giving them the various incentives, providing additional percentage for making investment into this particular investment avenues. Like we have Section 80C. The 80C is providing tax benefit to the people who are all going to make investment into the equity shares, into the mutual funds, into the provident fund. Likewise, there are a few sectors are to be identified by the government in order to encourage the people to make investment into this particular sector to control the circulation of money in the country. For that, the particular purpose, they are giving some incentives, giving some additional percentage for making investment. Like the senior citizens are getting some additional percentage like 0.25 or 0.5 percentage of interest compared to the normal people who are going to make investment into bank. So likewise, a sector of people or group of people or group of industries are to be identified in order to encourage the people, encourage the citizens to make investment on those sectors. Like for example, you can take IT or infrastructure bonds are also encourage the people to make investment into the infrastructure bond, also included in the Section 80C. Like you can take the medical policy, the people who are taking the medical policy are getting exemption for making taxes, for paying taxes under Section 80D. So likewise, there are avenues are to be identified by the government, and they are also influencing the people to make investment on those sector for investment or purely exempted for making tax or paying tax. So there are some other measures are also given in this other direct measures to increase the production. So there may be the problem in the inflation, the lower supply in domestic. We went to get the product from foreign country. We are going for importing activity. So the first solution is given in this direct measure to increase the production. The production is increased in the domestic market. The people are getting the product easily. People are going to pay the lesser price for the particular product. So it is going to control over the inflation in the country. The prices are not going to be increased. And the rationing the wages policy. So fixation of standard wages, salary for the people. So the government has a set of standards and the regulation which going to be imposed for all the sectors, organized sectors and unorganized sectors. Thereby they are going to give the equal wages system or the standard wages system for the people to meet out their standard of living. So that is to be ensured under this. And the price control or under the control of the government, it is going to be controlled. Then only that they are going to meet out, they are going to reduce the privilege gained by few of the people, like a manufacturer or the wholesaler or the retailer. Privileged people are only getting the profit is going to be reduced thereby fixing the price, or the control of price are to be determined by the sector of the economy, are going to be identified. In the controlling the smuggling, there are the activities unwantedly, the products are imported without the knowledge of the government. It's like the gold recently what the kind of the majority of the things that they are bringing the gold that not under the control or not under the notice of the government is considered as smuggling, is to be controlled. And the industrial peace, like industrial union or the trade unions, are aiming to this, to the industrial peace. It is also bring down the various solutions, increase the productivity in the organization. Collectively, it is going to make the economy to be strengthened in the country. And the control over the money supply in the country, it is not going to make or not going to print the currencies. It is going to understand the requirement, what about the circulation of money in the particular country. It is accordingly, it is going to be decided to control over the money supply. And no deficit financing, not going to printing the fresh currencies for the requirement of the government, is not at all going to be involving with this kind of activities. So it is also to be the measure to control over the inflation. The population is under the control. If the population is under the control, it means it's going to reduce the overall the level of the production, as well as the population under the control is going to reduce the inflation. If there are more number of people, the more products are required. If the manufacturing organization may not be able to produce the product, we are not able to we are not able to sell the product in the market. We are going to buy the higher price for the product. So hence we are going to decide, it is going to be decided that they are going for controlling of population. Population control is also the measure, is going to reduce the price in the market. Whatever the population is available, with the population, the products are to be available in the market. And simple living is also initiated in that particular thing, or the major measures, major direct measures. So the government is imposing a kind of policy regarding the population. If the population are under the control of government, it is also going to be that the inflation is also comes under the control of. Measurement of inflation. So the calculation of inflation, how the inflations are calculated. In order to understand the current scenario, as well as how there is a changes in the price compared to the previous price, is going to be measured by using the concept of inflation. It is not one particular product we are going to measure, it is a set of products which are base for the life of the people, for the standard of living of the people, or the essential goods to the people. Essential goods and services are to be taken for the calculation of inflation. So there are a set of commodities are to be taken. The services are also being taken for this calculation for constructing the index for inflation. So basically there is one particular measure or to be adopted for the calculation of inflation, which we have calculated on the basis of the cost of market basket in a given period. It is about the current period divided by the cost of market basket in the base period. So when we have started for measuring inflation, that is base period. Since the inception of the concept of inflation, the measurement of inflation, we call it as the base period. So is a difference will be calculated in order to understand the concept of inflation. Okay. So it is calculated on the basis of cost which incurred for manufacturing the product, or it is to be calculated on the price. So the price of the given period divided by the base period price multiplied with 100. So likewise the inflation is calculated. So there is an example. With the example, you need to understand the concept of inflation, how the inflations are calculated over the period of time. Let's take for example, there are 4 products in the market which are essential for the people. So together the value of 4 products, together it was costed around 50 rupees. So it is, I have taken during the year 2019. So the 2019, the cost of the products, together I have taken all the products, like 4 products you have taken. The 4 essential products I have taken with the cost of 50 rupees. Now the same 4 products which are all available in the market for the value of 58 rupees. So I have purchased the same 4 product during the year 2019. It was 50 rupees. Currently I am purchasing the product. It was costed around 58 rupees. So it is a changes of 8 rupees in the price level. So how I am going to measure, or how I am going to calculate the inflation based on this situation? So let's take during the base year. If I have constructed this particular index for calculating the inflation, I have taken 2019 as a base year. And now the current year is going to be calculated based on the calculation. Based on the given calculation, I am going to calculate. And what I can assume, so you can take during the year 2019, while we are initially constructing the index, we take the base year as well as the given period or a current period, both are same. It is, you can take for example, 50 rupees is a given period, the price of the product. 50 rupees is a price for the base product during the period 2019. So both are same, 50 divided by 50 multiplied with 100. So during the year 2019, the index of inflation is 100. Is 100 points or 100%. Let you take it as 100%. And you can take as of now, it is the period 2020. So the 2020 is what we consider as a given period or a current period. So the current period price is 58 rupees. The base period price is 50 rupees in the year 2019. So 58 divided by 50 multiplied with 100. So you will be getting 116 points or 116%. So what is inflation? What the inflation we have calculated? So it is a base of 100%. It is increased from 100% to 116%. So it is, the inflation has increased with the rate of 16% compared to the previous year. So it is a base calculation for calculating the inflation. So I just have taken for example of 4 products, but the group of commodities, services together been taken for the calculation of inflation. So here I will be taking what are the measures are available for the calculation of inflation. There are 2 important measures are to be used for calculation of inflation. The first one is consumer price index. Second one is a wholesale price index. Both the measures are used in India for the calculation of inflation. With a different period of time, it is used for the different products and the service category it has been used. And you can take the first one, consumer price index. What is consumer price index? How the inflations are calculated? Inflation is going to be calculated with the simple formula what we have used to calculate the cost of the products during the given period of time divided by the cost of the product on the base year multiplied with 100. But the different scenario, the inclusion of the commodities, inclusion of service, it makes the differentiation, and what price we are going to calculate the inflation or what price we are going to take into consideration for the calculation of inflation. It does make the sense for the calculation of inflation. So the first one, the consumer price index we have taken, it is going to calculate the rate of inflation or calculating the price in the market basket based on the consumer price. What is consumer price? Is a purchaser price. At what price the consumer purchasing the product from the market. On that, the particular price that the basket is going to be evaluated. Market basket is going to be evaluated. What is market basket? The market basket is consists of various products and services. Together has been included for this particular calculation. How I have calculated for the 4 products. Likewise, there are a set of products are going to be included together in the market basket for the further calculation. So it is, you need to understand the concept of the consumer price index, a measure of price changes in the consumer goods and services. That all, for example, it has been included like gasoline, food, clothing and automobiles are the major segment in this particular category of calculating the consumer price index. In that particular group, there are different products are to be included for the calculation of inflation. And the consumer price index measures the changes in the price from the perspective of the purchaser. At what price you are going to buy the product from the market. On that particular price, it has been calculating the value. It has been calculating the basket value of a market in the market. And currently 448 items are covered in the rural area and 460 items are taken from the urban area. Together you can take 908 products, 908 goods and services are to be included for the calculation of consumer price index. It means what is the 448 items are covered in the rural area? It means the products, goods and services has been manufactured or provided in the rural area. In the rural sites, the kind of services are available. Likewise, they have 460 items are in the urban area, the goods and services which are all being provided in the urban side. So, together has been taken for the calculation. The set of products and services which is being exclusively available in rural area, exclusively available in urban area. What are the products and services which are primarily essential for the consumers? So, those products are to be included together for the calculation of consumer price index. The consumer price index represents a cost of basket of goods and services across the country. It is calculated on the monthly basis. Those goods and services are broken into 8 major groups. So what are those 8 major groups? First one, housing, apparel, transportation, education and communication, food and beverages, recreation, medical care, other goods and services which is not included in the above 7 or included in the 8th category. So what are the set of services which is considered as primary essential to the people for their living, for their standard of living? It is basic essential. So those category of goods and services are to be included in the 8th category. So in that particular 8 groups, with that the products are included, services also included for the calculation of CPI. The next one is wholesale price index. So you take consumer price index are also recently following in India. From 2011 onwards, the consumer price index is also used in India. And you can take the wholesale price index, the measures and tracks the changes of the price of goods in the stage before the retail level. What is before the retail level? It is at the manufacturer level. At what price the manufacturer is going to give the product to the intermediary. At that the purchasing price, it is like you can take at the manufacturer price, it is calculated. This refers to the goods are sold in bulk or traded between the entities of a business. Instead of between consumers, it is calculated, it is going to be distributed. What price the manufacturers are going to sell the product to the wholesaler, to the retailer, at what price. So that particular price is taken in the calculation of wholesale price index. The measuring of inflation, it is based on the 697 goods are to be taken for this particular calculation. Services are not taken into calculation for the wholesale price index. There are some problems are also associated with the calculation of wholesale price index. Like there are few countries are using the concept of wholesale price index. It is difficult to determine the inflation. Also, the kind of problems are also there with the wholesale price index. But now there are amount of priority is given rather than the goods. The services are also gaining more important for determining the economy. So the services importance is not given much in the wholesale price index. So the people or the government are interested to calculate the inflation on the basis together we can combine the goods and services. They have taken the wholesale consumer price index. So in India, prior to consumer price index, they are using only the wholesale price index for the calculation of inflation. But after the entrant of the consumer price index, or they have taken the practice of consumer price index. After that, they are giving both the importance for the consumer price index as well as for the wholesale price index. For the calculation of wholesale price index, provisional figures of wholesale price index are released for 14th of every month. It is fortnight basis. The inflation rates are to be released by the with the help of the wholesale price index by the government. So the commodities, there are weightages are to be assigned by the wholesale price index. So the total commodities are divided into the three major categories. It is primary articles, fuel and power, manufactured products. In that the particular category, the primary articles include the agricultural products and allied products. There are the 23% of weightage has been assigned for primary articles. Whereas you can take the fuel and power, 13% of weightage has been assigned, and the manufactured product, 64% of weightage has been assigned, because you can take, there are a huge amount of product, the industrial volume, industrial productivity you can take. Within the manufacturing sector has the highest amount of transaction will be given more important. 64% of importance are to be given for the manufactured product. So these are the two important types of inflation. The types of inflation for the calculation or the measurement of inflation, we have seen it is, we have calculated the inflation on the basis of wholesale price index and consumer price index. Now you need to understand the types of inflation, how the inflations are classified. So we have an inflation rate of 7.3%, 6.8%, 6.4% like that. But how you can interpret what is that the intensity of inflation into the economy? You need to understand. So in that the particular process, in that the particular perspective, the inflation is divided into the various categories. So what are the categories of inflation? It is divided on the basis of a cause, on the basis of estimation, on the basis of rate of inflation, on the basis of degree of control, on the basis of employment. On that particular basis, the inflations are to be divided. The first one on the basis of cause. What is on the basis of cause? It is on the basis it has been calculated what is the reason for inflation. Why the inflation is prevailing in the particular country. What is the reason? What is the base reason for increase in inflation? Like you can take now the situation, the COVID situation, there the inflation is increased into 7.3. So why? What is the reason? There is the kind of industries are not running properly, that you can take 2 months back, the industries are not running properly, there is no employment opportunity, the products are not available in the market. There are a number of reasons. Likewise, you need to understand the reason for inflation. So that we call it as on the basis of cause. The first one, demand pull increase inflation. What is demand pull inflation? It is increased demand will be the reason for inflation. There are products which are available in the market. There is a huge demand from the consumer side. The consumers are interested to buy the product from the market. That will be the reason the prices are increasing in the market. Hope you all aware, whenever there is a demand, if the demand is increasing, proportionately the price of the products are increasing. If the price of the products are increasing in the market, the profitability is also increasing to the manufacturer. But the people are going to buy the same product with a higher price. That we can call it as a inflation. Inflation is not a suitable situation for the country. It may be a suitable situation. It may be the suitable situation for the manufacturer, suitable situation for the wholesaler to the retailer, but it is not suitable for the government. Government wants to regulate, government wants to control over the price level in the economy. So that is an important aspect. So this particular reason, the first one, the demand pull inflation is the reason of increased demand in the market for a specific group of products. So that will be the first. Second one, cost push inflation. Increased the cost of production, the prices are available, prices are increased in the market. There are a base product. If the raw material cost is increased, wages are increased, if the rent is increased, the interest is increased for the capital what we have borrowed from the financial market. So likewise, there are different reasons that the price of the product is increased in the market. So that will be the reason. We call it as cost push inflation. So what it is prevailing in the market, we have an inflation. What type of inflation is this? Either the inflation is a demand pull inflation or cost push inflation. You need to understand based on the reason of inflation. The third one, profit induced inflation. It means the manufacturer decides that the product might be sold in the market with a higher price. For the purpose, they want to generate the more revenue. For that, the particular purpose, they want to sell the product with the higher price because the people are interested to buy the particular product. So in that the particular category, we call it as is profit induced inflation. There might be the reason there are a few sellers only available in the market, or the particular manufacturer is a only seller, the monopoly kind of competition. So in that the particular reason, they want to maximize the profit or they want to skim the profit. They are fixing the skimming price in the market. So that might be the reason we call it as the profit induced inflation. And budgetary inflation, purchasing power increased without the production. Because the kind of demand is increasing, the purchasing power is increasing, even though the product is not demanded in the market. The purchasing power is increased, it means the wages are increased. If the business income is increased for the consumer, so the consumers are interested to buy the product without a reason. They are purchasing more number of product. They are going to speculating the product for the future needs. So likewise, the kind of things, the budgetary inflations may happen. Monetary inflation, it is the kind of inflation may happen due to increase in money supply in the market. The money supply is increased in the market. It is like the wages are increased, the salaries are increased, the business income is increased in the market. So it is also acceptable, it is also good situation, but the kind of thing, the monetary inflation is increased in the market. The flow of money circulation is high in the market. So the purchasing power is increased among the people. Without the reason, the people are buying the product from the market. Artificially, the demand is created. They are speculating the product for the future needs. The price of the products are artificially increased in the market. What we can say as a monetary inflation is increase in money supply. There are too much of money circulation is happened in the particular economy. We can say the increase in money supply is a monetary inflation. And the multi-causal inflation is a combination of above. Like you can take for example, one particular example like the demand pull inflation. There is a reason. Increased demand among the people. They are purchasing the products. Automatically the price are increased. One particular reason. Why the demand is increased? Because the people might have the increased salary, increased their income. The people are interested to buy the particular product. So it is, we can take the monetary inflation is also influencing. Budgetary inflation is also influencing. And like demand pull inflation is also influencing that particular inflation. What we call it as multi-causal inflation is a combination of the above. Any different combinations or together might be there in the market to determine about the inflation. So these are the category of inflation decided on the basis of costs. The second one, on the basis of prediction, on the basis of estimation. The inflations are classified on the basis anticipated inflation and unanticipated inflation. What is anticipated inflation? The anticipated inflations or the rate of inflation which the majority of the individuals believes to occur. They are estimating the percentage of inflation might be happen. It is estimatable percentage. If it is estimated, we can call it as anticipated inflation. It is based on the industrial readiness, industrial productivity, output of the industry, buying behavior of the people, what is demand from the consumer side, what would be the supply from the manufacturer side. So how the price movement will be going on, based on some parameter we can be able to estimate the price of the product, we can be able to estimate the level of inflation, what it is going to be happen. If we can be able to estimate, it is called as anticipated inflation. And what is unanticipated inflation? It is a rate of inflation which comes to a surprise to the majority of the individuals. We don't know about that. Suddenly that the inflation is going to increase into 8%, 9%, we don't know the reason. We just have surprised that the inflation is increased. There is a drastic changes in the inflation. We don't know about the reason. So likewise, the kind of inflation we can call it as unanticipated inflation. Like what happens during this situation, we are not estimating that particular the viral effect may be happen due to the corona during this particular situation. What we can say is unanticipated inflation. We don't know about that. It might be happen. It might affect the entire business system, entire economic system. The next one, on the basis of rate of inflation. It is divided into creeping inflation, walking inflation, running inflation and hyperinflation. So it is decided on the basis of the percentage of inflation. If the inflation is increased up to the rate of 2% per annum, so it is what we call it as creeping inflation. It is not up to the level, the inflation is there with the slight changes in the price level, what we can say about 2%. If the walking inflation, it means the inflation is increasing, consistently the inflation is increasing. It is with the rate of 5% per annum, the inflation is increasing. It is like what is creeping inflation? Like you can take the index, inflation index during the year is 100, next year is 101, thereafter it is 103, 105. If the inflation is going on like that, the index is going on like that, what we call it as creeping inflation. What is walking inflation? It is around 5%, there is a price changes. It is like 100 to 104, 104 to 109, 109 to 114. Likewise, the inflation is increasing. So the thing we call it as walking inflation. What is running inflation? The prices are going to change about 8 to 10% per annum. It is like you can take the first year it was 100%, 110%, 118%, 128%. Likewise, if the inflations are going on, we call it as running inflation. And what is hyperinflation? Price levels are rising very rapidly within a short period. You can take the inflation is calculated from the base year is 100%, next year it was 120, thereafter it was 150, it was 190. Likewise, we don't know that how the inflation are changing. It is rapidly the inflation is changing. It is the prices are changing. Accordingly, the inflation rates are also changing. So the kind of inflation we call it as hyperinflation. The next one, on the basis of degree of control, the inflations are called it as open inflation and suppressed inflation. What is open inflation? The open inflation is inflationary process in the price are determined or permitted to rise without being suppressed by the government price control or similar measures. We call it as open inflation. The government may not impose a kind of restriction for the changes in the price for the product. So there is an open market, there is a perfect competition. With that, the kind of thing, the price of the products are increasing in the market, we call it as open inflation. What is suppressed inflation? The kind of inflations, many evils like the black marketing, hoardings, corruptions, profiting, for that the particular kind of things, the inflations are increasing in the market. It is, we call it as suppressed inflation. It is the inflations are artificially created. Like the prices are going to be like, that is what the reason one particular thing in the domestic market, the price of the products are high, but compared to that in the foreign market, the prices are low. Because whatever the products are manufactured here are exported to other country. Maybe the reason. Likewise, the kind of things we call it as suppressed inflation. On the basis of employment, the inflations are classified into partial inflation, full inflation. What is partial inflation? General price level rises partly due to an increase in cost of production and partially due to rise in the supply of money before the full employment stage is reached. We call it as partial inflation. The prices are increased, but the people may not get proper employment in the particular economic system. We may call it as partial inflation. Full inflation reaches the full employment, whereas the increase in the money supply will be result in rise in the price level without any increase in the output or further employment opportunities. It will be increasing. So this particular thing we call it as full inflation. The full employment might happen. At that time the prices are increasing in the market. Thank you.